Head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices, and you can sign up for product alerts. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek, and today I'm joined by my friend
Greg Dixon. Thanks for having me.
Today we're going to be gathering all sorts of different vegetables like eggplant and broccoli and all that stuff that most people don't like, and we're going to be fluctuating a market in the stock market, trying to make the most money. Let me show you how it works. I'll see you on the other side. Vegetable stock is a very easy to teach stock market game with a fluctuating market. There's different types of things that are going to be going up and down in value, like eggplant, tomato, carrot, broccoli, and corn. And at the beginning of the game, these start up somewhat randomly. This one's a value of 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then a certain amount of cards will be revealed. Depending on the amount of players, it's always the amount of players plus 1. So in a 4-player game, there's 5 cards. First player will take a card. This one is 3 broccoli. The next player might say, I'll take 2 broccoli and a tomato. The next one might say, I take a tomato and 2 carrots. The next one says, I'm going to take the 2 eggplants and carrots. There's always going to be 1 card left. And this one was 2 corn and 1 eggplant. So corn goes up 2, eggplant goes up 1. And you just keep doing this. However, let's say next time eggplant goes, instead of going, it's at 5 right now, it crashes and goes back down to 0. And tomato goes up 2, boom. Broccoli goes up 1, boom. Right? And so as things get up to the top, they're going to crash, and you're hoping that you own the one enough that towards the end it's worth a lot, but you got to be careful because it could crash. There's also 2 special cards, and they come up, they do different things. Like here you have an additional card that comes out, and there's going to be 2 cards affecting prices instead of 1. And when the typhoon comes out, when things go up, they can never crash, they just stop at the top. So different things to mess with you. Those are advanced rules, you don't have to play with those. And the game ends when the deck runs out. Let's say eggplant's worth 4 at the end. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4, I have $28 in eggplant. You do that for all of the vegetables. Whoever has the most money is the winner. And you can also play with the back sides of these. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. You can flip it over where it has less, so it fluctuates a little bit more, and it's a little more swingy, and things crash a little more often. I find this more random, more chaotic, not quite as fun as the normal side. Now before I get into my final thoughts, I just wanted to tell you about how you can protect yourself and your family online with Aura, who is sponsoring these final thoughts. Now there's a lot of different ways to protect yourself online, but Aura brings all of these to you in one place. They feature a virtual private network known as a VPN, a password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and protects your devices from malware. And you can try a 2-week free trial to take advantage of all those services, as well as seeing how many data brokers are selling your personal information online and that they'll resolve on your behalf. And you can do this by scanning the QR code right here on the screen, or by going to aura.com/GameBoyGeek, and Aura is A-U-R-A. All right, well there is vegetable stock, and as this says, this is as if Point Salad and Star Cartel had a baby.
Oh, okay. Well, the art definitely feels very reminiscent of Point Salad.
That's mostly why.
Yeah.
It does look very much like Point Salad.
Star Cartel is a funny one to compare it to because most people haven't played that game.
That's right.
But that's just code for light stock game, basically. That's what Star Cartel is.
Yes, and it's one of our favorites, which is
it's a great little
it's a
kind
very
of underrated gem.
Super underrated gem, which after playing this, both of us were like, I don't know if I'm going to play Star Cartel anymore. That's how good this is, spoiler.
Star Cartel has a lot more depth.
Yes.
But I don't know if that depth adds enough to the experience to not be like, I gotta play this 3 times.
Because this has it's so
streamlined.
This is the easiest to teach and play fluctuating stock market game I've ever played.
By far the lightest.
And I've played a lot of these because I like stock market games.
And it's funny because when we played Star Cartel, we thought, oh, this is so light. This is like a third as heavy. It's like, it's just take a card. And
that's another reason why I said Point Salad, because A, the art, but B, it's like super easy. You can teach it, and you can teach it as you play, just like Point Salad. Like it's got that quick ease of use. You can play this with mass market people on the street.
Oh, you can play with anybody.
But gamers like it too.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
It's
getting good buzz from other content creators, which is part of why I think it got on your radar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not easy to get.
No, we'll talk about that a little bit at the end.
Yeah, I mean, my hope is that as more people talk about it, someone will grab it.
Yeah. So this uses a mechanism that I love, that I want to see more of. A game last year, where almost my strategy game of the year, Evergreen, has this in it.
Yeah.
So where you're drafting some cards
from a display,
a display, and whichever card does not get selected makes something else worth more.
Yep.
So it's like it's at odds because you're grabbing stuff, but the thing you're leaving is the thing that gets more. So it's like It worked so well in Evergreen. It works well in other games,
Yeah.
and it works really well, here.
And because there's different vegetables on every card, it's not that big a deal because
Yeah.
you could take a card that has the same thing of the one that you think is going to be left,
Yeah.
or is going to be left, and so you do have a fair amount of control. In
Yes.
some ways, more control than Star Cartel, honestly.
Yes. Now, you're trying to predict which markets will crash towards the end. Now, you could play this very casually. Mass market people are just going to be like, okay, I'll do this or this.
Yeah.
But the gamers are going to look at this and they're going to go, okay, there's 3 types. Each vegetable, they're either on the card 3 times, 2 times, or 1 time, right? 1 time and 2 times, there's 8 of those cards for a certain player count.
Right.
And there's only 1 card of 3. So gamers, depending on the player count, they will know how many cards of each of those are. They're going to look at where that thing is. They're going to see how many cards have come out of that type, and they're going to know what are the chances of that coming back if you might even force it to crash right now, even though you're heavily invested, if you know the math.
Yeah.
And
if you have a talent for that, by the way, you're going to love this game because you're going to decimate
So that's what I'm saying
players.
is you could just sit down and just willy-nilly have fun and do it.
Yeah.
Or you could play this at a
Yeah.
depth that's like very engaging for gamer enthusiasts.
Sure.
That's why this game is special.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree.
Because we did that. We counted the cards,
Yeah.
and then we played it again, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is more going, like, it'll be whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
This is like a perfect game for
Yeah,
Eric Martin.
if was that?
Perfect game for Eric Martin.
There you
He
go.
loves games that are like, when he talked about llama, he's like, llama's whatever you make it to be. I'm like,
Right.
it's trash.
Yeah, if you invest a lot into this, you're going to get that return.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just play casual, that's fine. You're also going to enjoy it.
You will.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. And it's also one of these few games like we played it and we're like, let's play it again.
That was my last bullet point. Yeah.
We play it, and I think we had other stuff we wanted to play. If not, we probably would have played it a 3rd time or 4th time. I mean, you would just play it. I feel like it's the sort of game you're just going to play over and over and over again.
Yeah, and it has these 2 little extra advanced cards that I showed in the
yeah,
overview, the
that's right.
Typhoon and the Sun.
Yeah, yeah.
Always throw those in. Those are so fun. I did not like the other variant where it just makes it more swingy. I didn't like that. But like he mentioned, so the 2 things I don't like about the game. Number 1, I hate the box. It's one of those mass market boxes where you put the cards in and they're all over the place.
It has a little thing where you're hanging on this
I get that aspect of it. I hate those boxes because they just hold the cards terribly. The other thing is it's very hard to get. I ordered this from...
we talked about that.
The only way to get it
earlier.
right now is you have to order it from Taiwan. I ordered it directly from the board game company, the Taiwan board game company there. It only took about 2 weeks to show up, and it was only $20 including shipping, which isn't bad.
That's really good.
But if you're going to buy this, usually when we buy stuff overseas, we get with our game group, we see who wants it, and we buy as many as we can to reduce the shipping cost.
Yeah.
I would recommend you do this because once you play this with your game group, they're going to want to buy it.
Yeah.
He's mad I didn't order more than one.
up.
I know. Usually I order more than one, but none of us had played it yet.
Yeah.
And I wasn't.
Well, yeah, you didn't know. It could have been trash.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, the other negative thing is it's really hard to get. So if you're a publisher out there,
That's what I was about to say.
contact these guys
Yes.
and pick this up. Or Board Game Geek Marketplace. This is a game that you should be selling.
To me, this has like point salad kind of potential for how much it could like proliferate the market and get into everyone's collections and everyone's enjoying it. You're at a convention, right? When Point Salad came out or Splendor, you walk around a convention, every 4th table's playing Splendor or Point Salad, right?
Yeah.
I could see this having that potential, especially if it was packaged well and not too expensive. I could see it really blowing up. So I hope, partially because I don't have a copy, that a publisher will grab it and make it more widely available because I think it has a lot of potential to really be a big smash hit.
I think so too. I think if this was more widely available, this would be one of the biggest talks this year. Although I think when we looked it
Amongst
up,
fillers, yeah.
I think when we looked it up, I think it came out like many years ago. But I think because it's been a smaller publisher overseas.
2019.
Yeah, so it's not a new game, but people are starting to get it because it's starting to get a little bit of buzz.
I mean, if you're a publisher based out of the States, it's not on your radar. You're just not aware of it.
Yeah, like
So
if
it could
this,
take years before people start realizing like the buzz that we're creating.
like
and
if this
other
was a
content creators are
2022
creating.
release, like if a publisher brings this to North America and gets republished in 2022, easily is going to be in the top 10.
2023.
2023, easily going to be top 10 family games of the year for sure.
Oh yeah, I love it.
It's that good.
Yeah, it's very slick.
There you go, vegetable stock. Game Toppers not only transforms your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution, but they now offer full leg kits and dining cover solutions for the full table application. Paired with over 20 styles of thematic game mats in 11 different sizes from notable board game artists like Vincent Dutray, collapsible cup holders, and real cool accessories, experience what thousands of other gamers enjoy by upgrading every game you play with a Game Topper system. Save hundreds of dollars on Game Topper package deals that are in stock now for immediate shipping at GameToppersLLC.com or click the link below.